Welcome back, everybody, to PoolieMagTV, the raw, unedited, unscripted NUFC fan channel where everybody's got an opinion and nobody's opinion's wrong. So tonight is the aftermath of the Fulham Newcastle United game in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals. Well, we scraped through, didn't we? We got there in the end, so we're going to get straight into the video. No messing about tonight. I'm going to go through the performance and I'm going to give my man of the match. So, I thought tonight's performance was okay. I didn't think we played great, but I didn't think we played nowhere near as bad as what we did against Sunderland. I thought some of the players that come in tonight played well. I thought Whistle looked sharp for only his first start and only his second game for us. So I thought that was really good. And I thought Ramsey played well and all, and I thought Lewis Smiley started shaky at right back but grew into the game. So, in reality, is it a perfect performance? No, but it's a win. It's a win off the back of what was an awful result against Sunderland on Sunday. It showed a little bit of character, we showed a little bit of heart, showed a little bit of fight, and we showed a little bit of attack and prowess. We still look like we've got our leash on. We still look like we're not playing as free-flowing as what we have done in previous seasons, but a win is a win, so I can't complain. I thought Lewis Smiley at right back was a strange decision, and I still think it's a strange decision, even though he grew into the game at right back and played well and ultimately scored the winner. I still think it could have been avoided. I think we could have easily rested Tino Livramento today and played Alex Murphy from the start, but I'm not going to be too down on today. I'm not going to be too harsh on Eddie Howe. I'm not going to be screaming and shouting and ranting and raving because we've won a game. We have won the game, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say we played brilliant either, because I'm not going to lie on this channel. I'm not going to say players played good when they did. I'm not going to say the manager was fantastic when he's not. And I'm not going to say the team's played fantastic when we haven't. But what I will do is I'll say that was a massive improvement on Sunday against Sunderland. It was a low bar we set, by the way, wasn't it? A really low bar. But the fact that we come out and we tried, you can see the pressure was on. You can see the pressure was on the players that hadn't played for a while to come in and do well. Jacob Ramsey still feels like he's playing with a bit of a leash on, doesn't it? It seems like he's trying too hard not to make a mistake, that he's playing really safe and not really impressing greatly. Although he played well tonight, I can't fault him. He didn't really do anything wrong, but he's not that exciting player that played for Villa. He's not dropping his shoulder. He's not beating people. Whether that's the system, whether that's just a lack of confidence, I'm not too sure. But a vast improvement on his Burnley performance, where he was dreadful. So well done to Jacob Ramsey. I thought you played well today, mate. I did. I thought he come in and he put a shift in. I thought Joe Willock played really well. I thought he put a shift in and all. Joe Willock looks like he's somewhat getting back to where he was. I wouldn't start saying he's the Joe Willock of 3 years ago, but he's certainly better than the Joe Willock of 3 months ago. And if he keeps on improving and keeps on getting better, then I'll be happy. Because I've slated Joe Willock a lot of times, but you can only go on what you see. So when people whinge at you, oh, you slate the manager or you slate this, yeah, but I don't come out and slate Eddie Howe when we've won 5-0, do I? I don't come out and slate Joe Willock when he's played well. Like, I'm going to slate players when they play consistently badly, or when the manages consistently badly. I don't do knee-jerk reactions and say I want Eddie Howe out because he's lost one game. It's just because I feel like he's ran out of ideas, and I thought today he was a lot. It was a lot better than what it was against Sunderland, but I still thought sometimes we were a little bit lacklustre. Sometimes we just don't have that energy that we used to have. I don't know if it's through bunts. I don't know if it's through lack of confidence. I don't know if it's Eddie Howe's instructions. I'm not there. All I can do is comment on what I see, and what I'm seeing at the minute is a side that's trying to click into gear but failing sometimes. We don't have that intensity. We don't have that press that we used to have. We seem to like. It's as if we're becoming a possession-based team without the players to play possession-based football. That's what it seems to me. And it doesn't seem like we have a spark. It doesn't seem like we have much creativity. But what we did have tonight was a lot of art and a lot of endeavour. We tried. Harvey Barnes tried. Jacob Murphy Jacob Murphy tried, but he just wasn't good enough, was he? Let's leave it at that. I don't want this to be a negative post. I'm not going to bash any of the players. We've won a game, but it still wasn't a great performance from Jacob Murphy. Let's leave it at that. Whipped a couple of good balls into the box in the first half of Vissa, but didn't do well in the second half. Nick Voltemara come on, he had a couple of good touches, but we seem to play 10 yards back as soon as he comes on. Play next to him. The couple of times this season where we've actually played close to him, he's looked really well and we've looked dangerous. We beat Everton playing close to him. We beat City playing close to him. Although he didn't score, he played well against City. He scored a beauty goal against Everton. We go 10 yards back as soon as he comes on the field. We need to play exactly the same way with Voltemara as what we do with Vissa. We need to be close to him. We need to be further up the pitch, and so he's not as isolated. But he come on, he tried his best. And Alanga come on, he tried his best, but Alanga still can't pass a ball, but at least he ran about a little bit. Alex Murphy come on, looked really solid, looked really good. Ramsdale in goal looked good. He looked a lot more composed at crosses and things like that. Again, the goal was not his fault. I thought Marley was at fault for the goal, if I'm honest. He was sort of out of position at right back, and they were targeting the right back in the first half. But like I say, Marley grew into the game and scored the winner. So I can't really complain about tonight's performance. I'm not going to do a 15-minute video. I'm going to come on and I'm going to congratulate Newcastle for getting into the semi-finals. Comment down below who we play, because I'm doing this video before I've watched the draw. Do you think we can get through? We've either got Palace, Arsenal, City or Chelsea. Do you think we can beat any of them 4 teams over 2 legs? I'm not too sure, but it's nice to get to another semi-final, isn't it? And hopefully this can be the kick-on of the season that we need, because we've got a big game at home against Chelsea on Saturday. If you look at my thumbnail, it's Newcastle versus West London. Well, it's 1 down and 1 to go. Newcastle played okay tonight. We need to be a hell of a lot better against Chelsea, because I think sometimes we instead of raising our game, we drop down to other teams' levels. And I think that's what we do against these lesser clubs, unfortunately. We don't steamroller them. We just drop down to their level and just scrape past them. I think we will turn up against Chelsea. I think we'll be a lot more energetic. I think we'll be a lot better. And I think we'll probably give them a good game. And that's the sad thing about it, because we can turn up against these teams and we can turn up against in big matches and show that intensity, but we need to show it more. Tonali come on, he was my man of the match for me. I don't think we win that game without Tonali coming on. He looked up for it. He was running about. He put his foot in. He was giving that to the crowd, and he looked like he read some of the comments and heard some of the comments and thought, no, do you know what? I do want to be at Newcastle. And if I am going to go, I'm going to go on the right terms, because people were saying it looked a little bit Isaac-y the way he was going on. I never thought that. I never thought it was Isaac-like. But, you know, his head didn't look right. But maybe he did have long COVID. Maybe he did have a cold. Sometimes it takes people, they're only human, aren't they? Sometimes it takes people a lot longer to get over these things than what we think it does. But I thought he was absolutely fantastic when he come on. Bruno, another captain's performance. He was all over the shop. I thought he played really well. If I've missed anybody out, please let me know. Livramento didn't look great. Shouldn't have started for me. He didn't look great all game, if I'm honest, and got an injury. Cher and Chow didn't put a foot wrong, and neither did Cher. Cher played a beautiful ball over to Jacob Murphy in the first half, which led to Wissa's goal. It was a fantastic ball. That's what Fabian Cher can do. Tries it too much sometimes, but I thought he played well, Cher. He didn't really put a foot wrong. And like I say, Gordon, come on. Didn't really do much, if I'm honest. Who else come on? Nick Voltemara played okay. Jacob Ramsey, like I say, played okay. I wouldn't say anybody played worse than a 7 tonight, which is good. I don't think there was too many 9s or 10s. I thought Chow was probably an 8. Marley's got to be a 9. Tonali was a 9 for me. Bruno was an 8.5. But like I say, it's just a quick video. I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed and watched my latest video. That's by far my most watched video with over 600 views. I'm now on 66 subscribers. So if anybody's watching this, got to the end of it, or you are a subscriber and you think your friends or your family would like this channel, it is just me on my own. I don't have the graphics, I don't have the money, I don't give away prizes yet, I don't have sponsors. It's just me speaking to my mind, trying to put something together 2 or 3 times a week that hopefully, you know, entertains people, and it clearly does sometimes. But I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be a negative channel. I seem to get more views when I talk about something negative. I seem to get more views when I talk about people getting sacked or leaving. I don't want it to be based on that, but I will make negative videos if there's a reason to make them. I'm not just going to come out and try and get another 600 views by bashing a player or trying to get another 10 subscribers like I have off my last video. Just for the sake of it. I'm not like that. I will be honest. I will be brutally honest sometimes, and sometimes you might think you won't agree with what I'm saying. But tonight I'm not overly excited, but I'm not obviously down like I was on Sunday. It's a win. It's a good win. It gets us into the semi-final again of the Carabao Cup. This is starting to become our trophy, which could, you know, and that's what we need. We need something to uplift our season. So going into the new year, we're in another semi-final. We're still in the Champions League. We're still only 4 points off fourth. Does it get a little bit of a run going on? And you never know, do you? I'm still not Eddie out in after tonight's video. If you're thinking I've changed my mind, I still think there's better managers out there to take us forward. But well done. He did what he had to do tonight. I'm not going to sit here and bash him. It was a cup performance. It was a home performance in a cup game after a very, very poor performance against Sunderland. We looked nervy, but we got there in the end. Anyway, comment down below who you'd like to see us face or who we are facing in the semi-finals. Like I say, I'm making this video without watching the draw because I'm going to bed. I'm tired, but yeah, good game, not great. It won't live in the memory, but if we go on to win the Carabao Cup, well done. Anyway, well done, lads. Keep it black and white, keep it PoolieMagTV. Over and out.